Alright guys, we're back in my garden. I'm just starting a process I wanted to show you. We've planted a load of stuff in there as well. To show you this, the Rebecca. That's I think it's a plum tree, but I'm not sure. So that's going to grow big, but not too big. Then this verbena, finally got a verbena. Very happy with that, and it should reseed itself with the flowers from this year. There's a fly on there. So we should get some seedlings, maybe spring next year if they come up from the seeds. Anyway, I'm doing a process that's going to be quite long, and it's starting off with this seed. So I'm going to reseed stuff reseed the lawn. Well, just adding seed on top really. It's just a fine grass mixture from Boston Seeds in the UK. I've used their seeds. They're fine. I've got no issues with them, so yeah, I'd recommend them. Not sponsored, by the way. So I put down in this area up to that stick, just scattered a load of seed, grass seed, so I want to thicken up the lawn, put different types of grass in it, and it helped to make it a bit more resilient for next year. And then this brown patch is where I'm shaking soil over. So we've got this huge compost bin full of soil that we need to empty out and use, and I think that the best way to do that is to not use it on the borders, strangely enough, but to use it on the grass. And the reason is our soil here is so dreadfully dry that when it's covered in the borders, it's fine. They're sort of maintaining their own shade and ecosystem, and I've not noticed a problem there yet. We might find out next year things are different, because it was a very wet year this year. But in the 2 weeks where there was hot weather and just sunshine, the lawn nearly died in just those 2 weeks. So we've got all this space here. All this is a huge amount of soil, although it potentially won't go too far on this lawn, so we'll see how far we get. And the idea is putting the soil on top of the seed, the grass seed, will not only help the grass seed grow, but we're adding another layer of organic matter to the lawn to help it retain moisture for next summer. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you want to see the progress and all the other videos we've done on this garden. And also I've opened up membership on the channel, so go and check it out if you want to help and support the channel. That's one way you can do it. So I'm just going to go through this and sieve all the soil on top. I'll show you with one hand what I've been doing, so you can see. So I think one sieve full does about, I don't know, like a square metre, just about, maybe not quite. And then we get left with quite a few lumps, so I'll just press the lumps down, obviously with two hands, take any worms out and put them in a bucket I've got near, which is over there. Get the soil out, and then I'll just press down these lumps. It's a bit hard doing it with the camera. Anyway, you get the idea, and then you get left with these bits, which are just bits of leaf and you know, roots and whatever, and I'm just putting them in that bucket, and it's going to build up. So that's after 3 loads of sieves, and I'll just put that back in the dialect. Started another dialect composter, our second one. So we're going to make soil for next year, where I'm quite keen to grow a lot of my own potatoes. I'm going to carry on with sieving these and just see how far we get. Only got half an hour today, and even less now, but it will be an ongoing job. It'll take hours, and maybe we'll show you when it's done, or some of the results anyway. Alright, here's the finished patch. So you can see it's a bit darker. Put on as much soil as I could really, and then I did rake it over with the ultimate rake, the big wide sort of flexible plastic rake we've got, just to make it even, the soil, because I'm not going to be dropping the soil very evenly. I try to, but I don't really know how much soil is going down. So that seems like a really good test patch. And we'll see how the grass seed grows and the grass itself, because we're adding moisture, we're adding nutrients, and we're adding grass seed as well. So we've got the whole rest of the garden to go, which is all of this area. So we'll see how we get on when we've done all the rest of it. There's quite a lot of grass to go. Well, anyway, we'll keep you up to date. Hello. All right, guys, we've started a new project. So we've started planting up this back border. Okay. Go on then. Wow, you're very strong. You take that to your brother. We're shifting this pile of sticks actually, just to stop the kids going in and out of this border now, because they've really compacted the earth. They did have a bit of a potion making lab under there, and then there was a den built up there as well, but we've taken all the sticks out, and we're moving the sticks out to another area, and I'll show you where. We're going to continue moving round the garden here, where so we've got a load of ivy we're pulling out, and look, there's a bit of a hole in there. Not entirely sure what it is, if it's a rat hole or a fox hole, but that'll be staying. And we might just level out, there's a mound here, might just level that out back so we can sort of plant around it and stuff. But yeah, cool, interesting having some sort of animal there anyway. And it's right in the back corner, so it's not going to get in the way. Anyway, I'll bring a stick and show you where we're moving the pile to. And we're just kind of shifting the kids around the garden as we need to do the various different areas. But this patch is really coming on. We've put a lot of plants in there now. There's a couple of alliums here. The white ones are in flower, but these were purple ones that have fallen over now. And then I think that's a plum tree there that I just showed you, and then some nice Rebecca, nice bit of colour in the back. Anyway, we go through past the swing area into this section here where there was all that ivy. We're just moving all the sticks here, and it's the ideal location because I don't know what else we could do with it, but it's got some pretty good sort of foundations for den building. So it's got these that sort of go up and give you loads of cover, but really it's just sort of branches at ground level and at kids' height. And then if you go round here, you can kind of see it's already a bit of a ready-made base. Go on, would you move that stick out my way, darling? Thank you, honey. Okay, so it's kind of a base already with a bit of an entranceway, and you just need to block up little areas. And he's using some bricks down there. You can see there's a layer, and then starting to put these sticks up.
Daddy.
Mind out.
Joey, you want to show them there?
Yeah, no, that's cool. So there's a little hollow in the middle anyway, that's perfect for making a den. I'll show you another angle, and then they can come through here, which is a bit of a secret tunnel way that we call it. And there's that's where they've put their their bug hotel, and I don't know what that's for. Oh, but it's nice. Yeah, it's water for animals, so that's important. So they've got their bug hotel there, all sorts going on. And then as we go through this sort of tunnel area that's really well sort of covered, we get into the far back, and if we look back on it through there, and then we're in this back area where we're processing waste at the moment. Then there's another way through here into this den area, and it's pretty cool actually, this way through, and it feels like a den already without having to put anything in it. So, sorry darling. Okay, he's coming through. Oh, whoa, 2 bricks. That's strong. So he's just making this den area that looks pretty cool, and don't know if I really showed you it to its best potential, but anyway, there's spare bricks here, and they were lining sort of this area, and there are still some bricks left, so I can tell him there's some bricks sort of lining that way, and then there's some along the top. So this is a great way of getting rid of bricks. And we have put some bricks down here as well for the kids, so they can climb up and look in the bins, because sometimes they see lizards, little newts or something, because they're eating the bugs inside the compost. The bug hotel was here in this area, so it was just here, and so moving the bug hotel into there, and also all of the sticks away from that back border, everything's coming into here, into this. Well, it's a pretty cool area. Okay, let's go there. And there's this canopy above it. It's amazing. It'll be a really nice little den area for them. I've got to go and take the youngest to the loo, but we'll show you how it progresses anyway. Onwards and upwards. Alright guys, I'm just in the wildlife garden. We've done about an hour and a half already between, well, together. 3 hours of gardening, and getting pretty tired, but I thought I'd show you some video. There's a massive bamboo. It's just getting bigger and bigger. I think that is how she's wanting it though, because it's starting to sort of flop on the sides, if you can see here. So that's nice, that's what she wants. And so every now and then we'll take stuff from the inside. Anyway, this is the I'm just going to cut this bush back. And I mean, we've been doing bits all around, but the bit that I've been doing here is bindweed and weeds there. There's clematis up there, so we've cleaned that area. This apple tree's sort of been drooping over, so this support was down at the bottom, just raised it up, and I took a couple of strategic apples off there to stop it bending so much. But I'll take down this bush and show you what it looks like at the end. Everything away, show you what it looks like. It's nothing special. There we go. It's all gone. We've just chopped it right down to the ground. It's layered itself. You can see that it's multiplied there, 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 and then there's multiple stems down here. And then any branch that was on the floor, which is quite a few, had rooted. So if stuff like that is left long term, you're just in for a world of pain. Here's some weed membrane the customer got me, bought and asked me to put down a couple of years ago. We put it across the back because there was only a bit, and you can kind of see the effect it's had. It's kept off the general sort of weeds, but I actually started pulling it up a month or two ago. It was just I've never seen it so thick with bindweed roots. So this is the remnants of the bindweed from what was actually quite a thorough weeding in the end, and there was a bit of bindweed over there that we've just pulled out, but I don't know any good use for weed membrane. It's not good. It's only ever going to cause you more work. You just got to plant a border up with loads of stuff and let that be the weed dampener, I think. But you know, each to their own. So we've been pulling this weed membrane out because it's just, there's no point in it, and we'll dispose of that at some point. We'll be back in this area soon, and then these are nice. These really tall, really late summer flowers, but the foliage does take over a lot and they do spread, so that's what it looks like if you want to get a plant app on your phone and identify it. And then here's the gecko tree, the ginkgo tree. Look at those leaves, aren't they incredible? The first tree that ever was, around when the dinosaurs were. And it's getting a bit more height on it these days. Loads of bindweed over there. It's just been a massive bindweed year, but it's horrible stuff. And look, I want to show you my favourite perennial geranium. want to try and work out a way of getting some, but I think my other customer in the with that fancy lawn is going to give me some, but I'm not sure if it's quite the same. This is more of a climbing one, and the one she's got isn't as much of a climbing one, I don't think. And then there's the Japanese anemones, and these are not being deadheaded, although equally I can't see any flowers that have died yet, so they flower very well late summer. Oh my goodness me, I'm going to show you out the front border, looking absolutely incredible, and you'll see what I mean by what the verbena will do that I've bought. So we're just going to lock up the garage. We've already finished, so I'm just taking a bit of extra time to record a video. So we'll just shut the garage, switch off the light, close their door, and then wait until you see this. It's absolutely incredible. It's reseeded itself. Look at them. Just look at them. And the poppies in there, I need to bring like a little container so I can collect some seed from them, because they're really nice, kind of delicate small purple poppies. And the verbena has spread really, really well. And then they've got little bits of these dahlias sprinkled in there, and some sedums starting to come out. Sedums are here, they're just about to flower. Oh, and there's a tiny little bee just there at the end of my finger, tiny little fluffy one, really interesting looking. It's just sort of sat there having a chill out, and there's one that's a bit more active over there. So the bees like the sedums. So there you go, some dahlias in the middle there. But yeah, I'd really love to have the verbenas doing this in my garden at some point, but I've got one and it'll soon spread. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next one. Alright guys, so I've set up a bit of a shredding station here, just trying to get through some of the waste from the back. We got through that first bag, so that's good, and I've been mixing it in with the compost. I've got 2 active dialects now in the compost area right at the back of the garden, back corner. I had to give up on some of the stuff that we had in one random bag. So it was kind of like really tiny little sticks that were raked out from the very back border, and there were stones in them, and I got a stone in the chipper, and I thought, right, we'll leave that and sort it out a bit more. But we're on this bag of ivy, so pretty big sort of stems of ivy, lots of ivy leaves. The leaves, it's all quite dry now, so it should shred quite nicely. We'll see. And this is what I was trying to get through the little sticks from the back border. We've got plenty of little sticks left in there. They've been through the shredder, but they haven't shredded. And then we've got lots of really nice little bits of wood chip, a real mix really, and should compost down very nicely. Happy to have little sticks and twigs in there. Maybe not that because it's a root, but yeah, we'll add it to our compost in stages. As we put sort of green matter down, we'll sprinkle some of that on top, and they're absorbing it all at the moment. And then we'll see about growing some potatoes next year with all the compost we're making. I might have to buy a few more Daleks as well, we'll have to see. Alright, anyway, I'm going to get cracking.